In the story of a lot of people, dwells the beautiful solution to a lot of problems that other people are facing. Hello, my name is Boluwatife Elizabeth, also known as Wanda, and this is the voice of comfort. This platform aims to bring out the voices of people that have been there or are there, that are experiencing these things, that know how it feels, what it feels like in it at the moment or at the time that they were in. Are willing to share their stories and let us know, okay, this is how I got out of it. This is what it felt like. You're not in it alone. It's time for us to hear the real stories. It's time for those voices to come out. So that's what Voice of Comfort is all about. Hello everyone, my name is Wanda once again. This is the Voice of Comfort, and I'm so excited because today I have my brother from another mother here with me. His name is Boluwatife. Hello, Bolu.
Hi.
The Chinese person I know. Hi.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the YouTube channel.
Thank you for welcoming my guest. Thank you. Welcome, everybody. I'm happy to have you here.
Yeah.
Do we have a topic for this?
Yeah, you're talking about decision making and stuff.
Yeah, thank you so much. But I think beyond the topic, I'm blown away by how amazing. I've known Bodu for since I was in. let me leave the year because that year, right?
Years.
Since I was in 300, 200 level, like.
It's been a while.
And then he was just this very calm, quiet guy that was in school then. Interesting personality from church.
Yeah, from church.
Yeah, and then I was just blown away time after time after time because of how daring this young man is. It's not for me. Okay. Let me explain. So daring in the sense that I knew Bolly when he was in school. From then I got to know him in his face. I think then it was ND.
Yeah.
Then you finished ND and then you went for IT.
Yes.
And in IT it was like it was faced between two decisions, and then it was like decision A, decision B. I will not tell the story, it's your story. Decision A or decision B, and then he picked the decision he went for. And after time, I mean, this young man is like maybe my age mate and is married. And okay, that's it's just so amazing to see how daring you were at each stage. I mean, we live in a world where there seems to be a million reasons why things should go the way they should. Yeah. I mean, we are literally in a world of. Stop, please. Sorry, I stopped recording. So pick up. All right. So what just happened was that our honorable wife is around. She's literally the director. That's the right word. Yeah. She's the director of this pod. Thank you so much, Tolu. Bolu Tolu. This is the word. So, yeah, thank you. And he's a sound engineer. So what happened was they were checking. I think there was something going on with the sound that I know nothing about, because I mean that he knows all about, and he had to help us check.
Yeah, thank you.
I was going to say thank you, Tolu. So where were we? So I was just saying how the world today just seems to have this Sarah kind of thing. Whatever will be, will be. And the amazing thing is that we're not really in this whatever will be era with a sense of consciousness. So there's no consciousness of whatever will be. Is the consciousness we are more in the consciousness of justifying
things that are not supposed to be.
Right? So, I've once heard this saying that your history is not your fault.
Yeah.
Your decision and your life going forward, particularly dependent on your state of awareness, is your fault, right? Hardly do I see the passion to push beyond the situations we find ourselves in.
Yeah.
Particularly in this generation. I mean, aside from people that are like athletes.
Yeah.
When athletes would always want to, or people that are maybe chasing that in a particular field that seems to have another.
Yeah, that there's something they're chasing.
So it's like, okay, you need to keep running and keep maybe burning fat and all, but generally it's almost like that pushing power is just gone.
People are settling.
Yes, you have so many excuses. It's my temperament. It's my horoscope. It's my what?
Horoscope.
The word
Gemini.
It just left from. I am Capricorn. I'm Scorpion.
I'm Aquatica. Aquarius.
I have this disorder. I have that disorder.
Yeah, there are a lot of excuses.
Yeah. And then it's like, beyond all of these excuses, you're one person that I've known that has found himself in situations where these excuses are quite justifiable, because I mean, oh my God, right? But at every point you keep pushing, and the amazing thing is even pushing beyond the general status quo. Who would see? You dared everything that I know was dareable. You dared your reason for education. You dared your reason for your qualifications. And your profession, right? You dared the status quo of I mean, you had 1,000,001 reasons to not be as good as you are, and the world will naturally give you 1,000,001 reasons to not be married.
Not.
But I mean, I always say this. A friend of mine, sorry, allow me to. I do that a lot. Sorry. So a friend of mine would always be okay. Just recently, he was messaging me. I was like, "So are you getting ready to get married?" And I'm like, "Are you getting ready to be married?"
Yeah.
I was like, "I don't understand your question."
Well, what are the steps to be?
There must be something I don't know. How do you get married? How do you get ready to be married? Right, and then he was like, you know how you have to prepare yourself to be a wife and da. I was like, wow. I was like, in all sincerity, do you know that if I tell you yes, I'll be lying, but it's not because I'm not in a situation in my life where I am consciously trying to be a better person. Because I believe that I will connect this thing to what we were saying, I promise you. Because I believe that beyond the idea of making yourself better because you want to be with somebody, I think the most beautiful thing is being better
for yourself.
You know you deserve to be better, right? And now my connection to this conversation is that I'm sure you saw something quite amazing in this person that cancelled out the whole ideology of
age.
Maybe getting age,
money,
and marriage, and
success.
The agendas that people attach to marriage. People say, like you said, money. But I'm like, okay, what particular amount of money do you really, really need to have that will now say that truly, then I should be getting married? Like I've ticked the financial box of marriage. I don't know how much that is. Because the next question that pops in my head is that would the money last till the end of your life? I don't know. Or you mentioned something else, success. I believe that if you meet a certain level of success and then you feel like you've achieved, then you've literally started going down.
Yeah, actually.
I believe that certain things are a lifelong chase.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm saying all of this to commend you. I mean, it's quite adorable. I'm doing all the talking, but I'm just so blown away. But I think I should leave it to you, right? So what?
So
Should
my story or what?
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Well,
From the beginning.
From beginning. It's interesting.
Maybe let's say beginning. Let's make the beginning student, life as a student.
Life as a student.
And yeah.
Well, so how do we go? So, for some reason, I know people wondering that who is this guy? So, well, it's not as if, because the way Yara has been talking, I thought it would be like this guy was out some level of billions, but really I'm just a guy still finding my way in life, quite literally.
That was your story, man.
So, but I think about decision making, I'll probably take it back to God. I'm a God person, and I think God has helped me. I don't think it's by my wisdom or by my power, because the decision I've taken, I myself looking back, I feel like, oh wow, you really did that, yeah. So, but basically, where do I start my story? I think from school, from Yaba Tech. I'm not from a very wealthy background, a very, very humble background, indeed. So getting through school is quite a struggle. From little support from my parents, little support from my sister, and some level of support from myself. Doing some sort of work while I study. I remember my project, my final, and we're talking about ending now, because I used to joke that I did not finish school, because of course I have just ending. When I was doing my project, I remember that I had to go to Aja. There's my sister's place. There's one woman there, so they are building a house in that area. So I need money for project. So I was like, I can do labor work. Oh. So I had to go, and I think they were paying 1,000 per day or so. So I had to join them for labor work, carrying cement, carrying sand, and all of those things. So I did it for, I think, a week or 2 weeks, thereabouts. Yeah, just to gather up money to fund the project. So yeah, I think I've enjoyed the grace of God before getting to this point that I am. I had to do that, to do the project. Then after leaving school, and then other things that I did in school, of course, I worked as a cleaner. I worked as a Indomie guy. I used to cook Indomie. I used to work.
But it's so nice. I don't know. The people that do those things, it's like there's a special skill for it.
I don't know.
No. There's a special skill for it.
Yeah, I know we used to be that period.
We used to make Indomie and make it a business.
So I was working with one guy like that for a while as Indomie person. And we did well, but some stuff that happened, the business crumbled. Then I had to move on to something else. So basically, I won't say I didn't get support from my parents or my siblings or stuff, but I know that I had to work also to get going in school. And after finishing school, then the decision you're talking about whether to continue or to just do something else. So the decision to either do HND or
continue. I remember that time when even before the time for decision to continue, there's a time when you're like, okay, what do I do for my IT?
Yeah.
And then it was either working in a bank.
Yes. That period is where people do IT in bank. Bank I don't know if they still do that now, but banks used to do IT stuff for ND and HND people. So my brother did IT in a bank. So the spot he had just finished also. The spot is entirely open for me to fit into it. And I think the pay was 40K thereabouts. Then either I do that or I intern under my mentor, Pastor Walls, and to learn music, audio engineering, and thereabouts. And of course, there's no pay. As a matter of fact, I have to work because usually people will pay to to intern under him. But when I spoke with him, I was just like, oh, that's fine. What can you do? And at that time, I really cannot do anything. I was learning guitar.
Yeah, I remember you saying.
I was learning guitar at that time. So like, what can you do? I said I can play guitar a bit. So he was like, that's fine. You can probably teach people or can work with us one way or the other. So on getting to the studio, he realized that my skill is not good enough to even play. So he was like, so what else can I do? And I think somewhere down the line, I started going to the studio, and then their cleaner messed up. Being someone that I've been doing cleaning even from school, so it was not a big deal for me. So I offered that I'll be their cleaner. They don't need to employ a new cleaner. So that would be like a way for me to pay for the knowledge I'm getting. So back to the story, it was either I do that, work as a cleaner and learn the skill, or I go and work and earn in a bank and earn money. So, of course.
I'd like to highlight something.
Okay.
Bear in mind that as at that time you were studying
mass communication.
And then working in a bank.
And then working in a bank. Yeah, so I was, making the decision, I thank you for reminding me, making the decision was like pros and cons, that if I work in a bank, I would get the money, but after a year, the IT will stop, definitely. What would I fall back on? Knowing that as a mass comm student, the profession, or how do I call it, is saturated. There are a lot of mass comm students. It used to be like one of the most populated school in, what do they call it now? Department in campus. So it's either I do that or I get a skill. So I opted for getting a skill, regardless of the money. And trust me, 40K was a lot that time for me. 40K is a lot. I don't know, 6, 7 years ago, 5 years, I don't know. 40K is a lot for me, Sha. Regardless of the economy of the country, 40K is a lot at that time as per the economy of the country. But personally, in my own life, 40K is a lot per month for me. So I could have really easily be like, forget about skill, let me make money first. Yeah, but of course, I decided to do the IT, and I'm thanking God for it all the day of my life, because that's what I do now, literally. That's how I take care of myself and my family. So I had to intern with him. I was the cleaner. I had to sleep in the studio. I remember all through lockdown, how many months was lockdown? All through the period of lockdown, I was in the studio. Everybody left, and I was in the studio. So I was living in the studio, and Pastor Oza is not far from the studio. So I would always take a walk to go and get food from Mama Eni's kitchen. Thank you, Mama Eni. So I get food from Mama Eni's kitchen. Probably, usually it's dinner. Usually that lockdown period, I go and get dinner there. I had bought some stuff that I was eating. So basically, I don't know what else you want to know. So that was the journey for that period. Then after some time, I left the studio.
I think you now mentioned the decision of going back to school. Or
Yes, yeah. That period that I was learning, I took jump again, and I did quite well.
Very good. Like, I mean, very good, like, bro. I think that's the kind of score that medicine students will be aiming for.
Yeah, I think so. I did quite well. Everybody was excited, and Unilag was the picture. But I had to come to make a decision also that can I really fund myself also for that period. So after I did the JAMB and the score was good, so it was there for me to proceed with post-JAMB and all of that. So I had to sit back and ponder about it, that do I really want to do this now? Because of course there's the expense of it's like starting all over again, to start funding myself too. And I keep saying it's not me alone. There's support of my siblings and my parents. I really cannot take that out of it. So, but do I really want to start that all over again? Can I afford to do that?
Reaching out out. Oh, please, I need help. I
Please,
need
I
help
need
every time. Yeah.
calling people here and there. I need money and all of those things. Do I really want to do that? With this mass communication, really do what I don't know, really work for me after school? Will I be able to use it to get something done?
You're shaking one table there.
And
Where's the table people going to school?
Just to go to school.
Just to go to school.
Yeah.
People earning certificates or studying things without being able to see
If it's really
a life with that thing. So I'm studying you, I'm writing exams, reading and all of that.
Yeah.
But do I see myself
in this
Not
thing?
because mass communication itself is not so good.
Yeah, it's a good. Yeah.
But it's like.
That's what I'm saying, that at that point in time, I was looking at myself, looking at the future, I looked at a lot of things, really. Like, one thing is, can I afford to send myself to school again, to go through the process again? Is mass communication something that would do something for me later on in the future? Or will I end up now finish school and start looking for what will I be doing with my life?
Which most people do. Yeah, I get what I see. It's always like the dawning moment.
Yeah, what am I doing with my life?
Okay, or no, first is final year.
Yeah.
So there's the celebration of I want to wear white, I want to sign and all, but it's like, what next?
So what next?
Then the second phase is NYS. When NYS is coming to an end, it's like,
so what am I really doing? So I was thinking about it, that is it going to pay me later in the future? Will all the sacrifice be worth it? I don't know. Maybe it would have been, I didn't take that step. So there was that question. There's the question of money. There's the question of will it work for me? And I was looking at the fact that I've started a journey of learning music production and audio engineering, and it's already making sense to me. There's already some level of clarity and stuff, and that I just made a decision that I think I'll just see this through. Then, if it works out, thank God it did. I know I've not blown. I never blew, but at least it's paying my bills right now. So, if it works out, I can then send myself back to school and get a formal education. Whereas even at that, there are still certificates here and there, short courses here and there that I've done over the years that has even built my skill in audio engineering and made me at least to some level of extent relevant in the audio engineering society. Bear in mind that I've not blown.
I think there is this clause of, like you've been saying, I've not blown. But what I hear you say is, I'm grateful.
Yeah.
But I've not blown.
Yes.
And you hardly get to hear that in the world. What you mostly hear is how people are chasing something and how far away they seem to be from that thing. But very few people get to properly compare and take each growth with a grateful step. Take each stride, each ambition with a grateful step. This is where I am, this is what I'm going to do about it, because this is what I have to do about it. And I'm grateful because this is how much progress I have.
Yeah, of course. I think the problem is that people... I believe that social media is a great problem for this generation. And I'm in the generation. Of course, I am inside the generation. I won't take myself out of it. Okay. But I think social media is one of our problems because people are comparing themselves with others, with what they see on social media, with the glam. Of course, it's easy to compare yourself with people because that's what you're seeing consistently. You see somebody that is barely 21 making some crazy amount of money. And if money is the goal for you, of course, you will feel like, what are you doing with your life? But I personally, I don't compare myself. Let me not say I don't. I try. I make conscious efforts not to compare myself with others. I try to compare myself with myself and where I'm coming from in my past. So... I'm sorry. Please continue. So basically... And that's why I keep saying that I have not blown. Because the problem of social media is that they will see both of us now and be like, who are these people? Do you understand? Because the name is not there, the recognition is not there. This will probably be what will create the recognition or whatever, but the attention span is so short that if they don't know you, like, scroll it. Do you understand? So, and the intelligence is not in popularity. If I have somebody is intelligent, it's not that somebody is popular, I don't mean the person is intelligent. Do you understand?
Checking tables for the popular people. We are very sorry, but we're just trying to say that you have to prove your intelligence.
So, so my point is that I was trying to make a point. My point is that I compare myself with myself. I compare myself with my past, where I'm coming from. I know where I'm coming from. Like I said, I'm coming from a very humble background, and I could barely, you know the story now. I could barely eat most days. I could go 2, 3, 4 days without eating anything tangible. Do you get? So, but I am here now. I'm married now, and I'm taking care of myself. Do you understand? So
your wife is looking so beautiful. You're so good. And you guys are so fine. I mean.
So I think the point is that people are chasing smoke, chasing cloud, chasing what is not there. There's this Bob Marley quote about happiness being within and not outside. Because if happiness is outside, you keep chasing it. If achievement was giving you happiness, you keep chasing happiness. I don't know the quote precisely, but I know that's the idea behind it. So if achievement is what is giving you happiness, you keep chasing happiness. So if you say, okay, when I get a car, I'll be happy. You get a car.
What I realize is the happiness does not really.
Yes,
it comes on a very
of course, you'll be happy for a short while.
Yeah.
She's not even be happy. You'll be happy for a short while. But
it's like what next?
The problem is not. The problem is even still the car. You'll be happy that you have the car, but tomorrow morning you want to buy fuel. First is not expensive. Then start saying that, oh my God, you start feeling somehow. Then your car break down on 3rd Mainland Bridge. Then even that thing that you were chasing some months ago is suddenly becoming a burden for you. That's what's going on here. It's suddenly becoming a source of pain for you.
To my brother, how people chase marriage, and then in 1 year, in 6 months, in 2 months, you have people talking about divorce.
Yeah.
Like.
So, fulfillment, happiness, success, all of these things should be within, and not even just within, should be in God, really. Let God be your anchor. God is your anchor.
That's something bigger than yourself.
Yeah, that's something bigger than yourself. That you know will stay consistent.
Yeah. Unlike your
car. Or your house.
Like, even we as humans,
or
we
are fickle, inconsistent. Do you understand?
Before we talk about car, this was we ourselves are right.
Yeah. So basically.
Yeah. Okay, so you know how you're saying when you're saying that, talking about social media and how it gives this vain reality. I remember something that Payman said. It's also in his book, Collide. I will drop the link on how to get the book and all of that.
Okay.
One of the things that he was talking about in the book is how far away the world is, the realistic world, from the social media world.
Yeah.
It brings the damnedest things home. Someone under the bridge literally knows what White House looks like.
Yeah, actually.
Someone homeless and wretched.
The world is so small now.
It brings the biggest, the richest man so close to home. And the little mistake or the little imbalance about this thing is it brings them so close, but it does not show you the journey from here to there. What's going behind closed doors, right? But it also does not show you the journey from where you are to where you have to, where you are aiming for. So you have a world of people that are desperately longing for something that is so far from their understanding.
A better way to explain what you're trying to say is that people are chasing things they don't have substance for, which means that, let's take a Don Jazzy, for example. Don Jazzy has a journey. People, at least some of us know the journey of Don Jazzy. We don't even really know it still.
Right.
But we have. Do you get? But we have a picture of it from the Wandeko and all of those period. Right. Do you understand? But people are, especially this period of time, money is all people are looking at. Some people want to have that kind of money or that kind of influence or that kind of recognition without putting in the same level of hard work that someone like him has put into his craft to get where he is, and his record label to get where he is. But you really don't know. You don't even know half of it because we are seeing what he's showing us. We are not seeing the full pin. We are not seeing. I'm watching a series. It's The Crown. So it's basically a documentary about the era of Queen Elizabeth and the colonial period, and that particular Queen Elizabeth and whatever. There are things that we are seeing. I'm seeing in that movie, and I'm like, I keep shouting, "Wow!" Like, really, wow, and all of those things. I was looking at the pressure that people are putting on her as the queen versus the things she is dealing with as a person in her personal life. Do you understand? She's married to somebody that does not really. It's not as if he does not care, but is demanding respect from her, and all of those things.
I mean, the balance as you being the
queen of the, as at that time, one of the biggest nation. In fact, even till now. Do you get?
Literally.
So,
and then being a wife.
Do you get? And people are mounting pressure now. They are checking her every word and every this thing, and she's dealing with so many other things behind closed doors. As a mother, I think it's a series though. I think you should check it out. But my point is just that, just as people are criticizing her, there are people that are looking up to her that all they would want is to be in that position that she is. Do you understand? But they don't know the effort that it takes to maintain. There was one particular scene or episode that she was touring Africa or the colonial states, and she had to be waving and smiling, and she smiled to the point that she had spasm, and her jaw was stuck, that she could not take it back to normal, and the doctor had to inject her or something like that to make her feel comfortable because she was smiling so hard for a long period of time. Do you understand? Nobody saw the fact that she had to cure her for smiling. Do you understand? Yeah. My point is that the people you are looking forward to are going through a lot. One, they've been through a lot before they get to where they are. Two, and the lifestyle you are even envying, you don't know the work it takes to get there, the work it takes to maintain it, and everything that surrounds it, basically.
Yes,
why are you laughing?
It's the wow, right? I mean, every child's dream is I want to be a queen. You simply are wearing crowns from your childhood. Your parents are telling you queen, right?
Like really.
I never entertained the thought. I've never really thought of Queen Elizabeth being beyond Queen Elizabeth. You just know that there's a queen that's called.
Do you get?
Right, but in the general spectrum of looking at people as individuals and looking at their lives and I never took time to observe her as an individual.
Yeah.
Right? Paid attention enough because I mean in the literal sense, those are the things you wonder about. Those are the things that you get to question. She's a woman, she's a mother.
She's a mother.
Motherhood for some people is
like she's a sister, she's a daughter.
Oh, sweet Holy Spirit. Oh my, that's so much. Oh, that's beautiful. Thank you for bringing that example.
Yeah.
Can we? I think one of the we're talking about you, right? One of the
Decision
damnedest
making.
things that and your decision making. Yeah, right. One of the most amazing things that I saw you do was choosing to get married to amazing Tolu. My mother's name, please. Alright. Tell us about it. Like,
Getting married.
mm-hmm.
Oh wow.
Yes! Look at me! We live in the world where everyone just talks about.
But
I think the idea of a man getting married in his early 20s is. Literally, I swear. I think the idea of a man getting married in his early 20s is quite amazing. I mean, to be able to say that I'm doing this, irrespective of what the world is saying, because I mean, the world is saying something.
Yeah.
The world is saying, like we said earlier, right? I should be able to have this.
Certain amount of money.
I think there's a checklist.
Yeah.
That I know nothing of. No, I might have an idea of it,
Yeah.
but I almost can't comprehend it. But I've not gotten. I'm not a man,
Yeah.
so I'm not in that place of saying that I personally would maybe make the decision myself, because I'm not going to meet someone and say, "Hello, Mister William." But you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What was it like for you? I'm sorry to put this in, but I just remember that. I think you guys' story is also something that is so beautiful and so amazing, because I know she was there all the way.
Yeah.
Right from even like everything that I've talked about,
Yeah,
from the time that I knew you,
she's been there.
And
Yeah.
like, she knew you before I knew you.
Yeah. I mean, you knew me before I.
Andy. You met at Andy, right?
Yes, we met at Andy. I was already in school when we met.
Yes, I think so.
Yeah, I think so. So yeah, so it's about the same.
Yes,
it was connect now. Oh, okay.
You're already in school.
Yeah, I was already in school. So it was about the same time. Yeah.
It's about the same.
Yeah.
Amazing woman. Oh my God.
Yeah. I agree.
Yes,
I agree to that one.
I'm not. You agree, right?
Yeah.
I mean, this woman to woman self. I mean.
Yeah.
Like, girl, you will come and see. We'll sit down and you'll give me pep talk. Yeah, I need pep talk, ma. I think I'm sorry for seeming to be unserious, but I think there has to be a wisdom somewhere. It's quite amazing. It's not because I mean in this generation, I'm talking about the woman. I'm sorry because I know you're not in camera, but I'm talking about you. But it's like just in this generation, you have women that I don't know. Please just talk.
Well, I don't know. Starting with decisions to get married. I used to say when I was much younger, I used to tell my brother that I'm not going to get married early. I'll be like 35 or 40.
That's like plus 10, 15 years. Plus 10, 15, 16, 16.
Because I want to be, I used to say I want to make some side of money and all of that. I don't know. I think perspective change. And if you surround yourself with, there's this Apostle Sermon's clip that scattered the entire one time that if you surround yourself, if you have 5 foolish friends, count well, you are the 6th person. Yes. I think the people you surround yourself with matters a lot, and if you have the orientation, if you have the mentorship orientation, the people you pick as mentor too will help you to make some certain decision easily. Do you understand? Mr. Pastor was being my mentor. He got married way earlier. He got married at 22. At least my own is still better. I don't like to say my age, but you know. Pastor was got married at 22.
The distance is not too much, I bet, but
I get. But Pastor was got married at 22. And I don't quite remember if I got married early, but Pastor Day with me too. Pastor Day with me to go married in his 20s, I think, even mid-20s, thereabout. What you want to say something?
No, I'm not sure it was as young as you guys.
It's
No,
Pastor Delmi. Yeah,
he
but
was mine.
Delmi is That's I'm saying that is like
He's still in the same
mid
category,
20s
right?
when he got married. It was it's only like 4-5 years ago now. I don't know. So
Truly.
do you get? So people that I've seen it firsthand. I have a lot of people that I know got married quite early, and it's worked out for them. Do you understand? And I'm not saying that I made my decision based on that alone, but it made it easy for me to make mine also. And if you have people like that as a mentor, they will be the one to even encourage you and push you. When Pastor Wells realized that I'm already in a serious committed relationship, for lack of word, the pressure started like immediately. What are you guys doing? Do you understand? And aside from that, a backstory, like to take it back, meeting her, dating her. Another thing is I went to school with the intention of I want Facebook. I want to be serious with my life. I just want to get to school and do my thing and make my A's. But we became friends.
Okay.
And we were just friends for quite a long time, like a year. We were good friends. I
knew the good friend named Tolu.
a lot of our classmates were like, no, you guys are dating. They were calling us Bolu Tolu, Tolu Bolu. Everybody believed that we were dating. We could not convince anybody that we were not dating. And that period, I already have a feeling. I already know that I liked her, and I was already asking her out. And
asking out. I took him out for auntie.
And it took a while before she really agreed, because of course she also came in with the intention that she's facing her studies and all of that. When she eventually agreed, what I wanted to say, this is what I wanted to say when I went back, is that the day she agreed to first start dating, that was the day we decided on where we were getting married. That same evening, we made a decision that we are not starting this thing aimlessly.
Go tell him.
We are not doing this thing aimlessly.
I say I need mentorship.
And funny enough, you mentioned mentorship, because it goes back to something Pastor Walls has said too. Pastor Walls, I think he said something like, when he asked Mama and me out, they also made a decision that this is when they are getting married. So it's as if I was following his footsteps thereabouts. So we made that decision. I think we made a decision that we'll get married by 2022. I think it was 2022 that we decided.
Mama, speak.
Then...
Speak.
But 2022
you need
came.
The mic.
2022 came and we were not ready, like financially and other stuff. And family did not even support it, because we're like, oh, you guys are too young and all of that.
Sorry, pardon my Yoruba.
So my parents were cool with it, but as there were a lot of back and forth, Then it had to move to 2023. Then we got married 2023. So the point is, how I made a decision. Like I said, it's when I serve people of wisdom. Maybe I'm wise.
It takes wisdom to desire to be with the wise.
Yeah.
Do you understand? The decision to be with who you are. Yes! I feel the decision on who to spend time with is really dependent on who you are.
Yeah.
Right?
And another thing I like to say is that most of my friends are way older than I am. Most of the people I consider friends are way older than I am. So it is not really friendship as that. It's more like mentorship. It's as if I surround myself with mentors.
People you could learn.
The people I could learn from. First of all, I've been saying him a lot because he's he is my mentor. Then there are people like Pastor Deomi. Then there are some other people that for some weird reason I'm black at the moment, but trust me, I had a lot of people that are way. Dami, you know Dami?
Yeah,
Dami is older than me,
Dami.
a couple of years older than I am. Dami is wise. Dami is one. Dami is blunt and wise and
Mine is amazing.
and a vibe.
Oh my god.
And that's dope for a reason on Instagram. Imagine that kind of name, dope for a reason. Dami,
I should check up. Dami, hi.
so there are people like that. It's easy for me to make some certain decision because I've seen them do it. It was I've heard their story. They let me know that they did not paint it all rosy and beautiful. And they tell me the little story of how it is and how it can be and how it can become. And I think it was easy, coupled with the fact that she's an amazing woman.
Yes.
And of course she's supportive. Even the period that I went to do labor work, I came back and I used some of the money to take us out. Trust me, there are a very little amount of women out there right now that can stay with somebody in that kind of situation that I was. Do you understand? Stay with somebody as friend, not even talk of as a romantic partner. Do you understand? It is a very few number of ladies, trust me, in this generation of BBL and all of those things. It is a very small number of people. Well, maybe in the church, but even in the church. But my point is that she stayed with me. And we are still figuring ourselves out. We are still in the journey.
I think that's a lifelong journey.
We are still growing.
I think the moment you stop figuring yourself out is the moment you start drawing apart.
You get. We are still growing. Trust me. We are not even close. We are nowhere close to where we intend to be. And that's why I was skeptical about. I was saying that this thing seems like something for someone that is already out there, someone that has already at least
I think
go beyond.
Yeah, but you know how we talked about the gap between here and there? I think this is an opportunity to show the distance between here
and there.
And there.
Yeah.
That's where I'm coming from, where I am.
And where I'm going. Yeah.
So it's not that I don't aim to be much bigger
than this. I'm not saying that I have arrived.
Yeah, but I'm not saying that we're not arrived.
I'm not saying I'm not arrived.
Right?
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that like what we're saying. I'm not saying this is who I am. This is where I am. This is my situation. Yeah.
So I think that's my story. So basically, the question is, how did I make a decision? It was easy because I surrounded myself with people that have done it, been there, done that, and the person I'm with is worth fighting for. So, yeah.
It's the way she's created imaginary things. I said it's the way she's cleaning imaginary things for me. So touching me, I'm crying inside. I'm like, oh my god.
Interesting.
Oh my god. Thank you so much, bro.
Yeah,
thank you so much. Thank you so much, Tolu, our director for the day. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Thank you for being true friends. I mean, you were talking about how it takes a lot to be friends with certain people. But I think that there's a beautiful side and there's a sad side. The beautiful side is that to stay with someone like you, to be friends with someone like you, I'm not speaking for her as your wife. I'm speaking for you, myself as your friend. It's because one is able to see the value, the true value as an individual, regardless of where you might be. Understanding that beyond the situation at the moment, this person is.
Yeah.
And then it's sad because, I mean, that is comforting. It's comforting so much to know that I know you as such that no matter how down I am, no matter what the situation may be, you are somebody I can call at any time in the day. Thank you, Tolu, for not coming for my head. But I mean, you're like someone I can call at any time of the day, and then I'm sure that you'd stand with me in the way you can.
Yeah.
Come with me. Bro, you fasted with me. You prayed with me. I said all my rubbish. You know how you could be going through some things and then you just go on, and all you are saying is just rubbish. But you listen to all my rubbish, and you've always stood as an instrument to always bring me back to sane reality. So it takes a level of knowing oneself to be able to pay attention to another person.
Yeah.
Because it's so easy to give an excuse of saying, do you know what I'm going through? What's the reason they are telling me everything that I'm going through? I will not be listening to you. It's even so easy to say, Shebi, you have parents that are paying your school fees. You have to do you understand?
Yeah.
But beyond all of that, you were able to still be true as a friend, as an individual, in all aspects, as a Christian.
Yeah, as a Christian.
I mean,
I think all of these things, I've said it before, if God is your anchor, all of these things is easy. I'm not saying that we are perfect or anything. We are a work in progress. But if God is your anchor, if love is truly your anchor, because God is love, if love is truly your anchor, there's really nothing. There's nothing you won't be able to sacrifice, or there's nothing you won't be willing to do. I used to joke around that I get worried when you're silent. I'll be like, something is going on with Yano that she does not want to share. I used to say, if it's like a month and we've not talked, I'll be like, something is going on. And that's when I start saying, how far are you good? I'll be like, why are you chatting me up? Do you need something? I'm like, no, stop throwing it back at me. What's going on with you?
I remember that season of my life. I think before I got to a stage of opening up to receive affection, I was more of this giver. I was so conditioned to giving that it felt so weird to receive. And then you were one that was always challenging that status quo. I'm like, bro, I feel you need more than me. And he would always come and be like, what is going on with you? And it was so, no, I don't know.
Thank God.
Thank you so much.
Thank God.
And thank you for highlighting my problem. Problem? Should I call it problem? Is that the right word?
No problem.
But the idea of keeping quiet when you're going through this, that's not a good place.
Actually,
it's not good. And it's so, I think the beautiful thing is being able to, being able to be in a place where you then realize that there's no point being alone.
Yeah, there is no point being alone.
Yeah.
I think this thing should also be, this thing speaks to friendship also.
Right? What is a friend? Who is a friend?
Yeah.
I recently had friendship gospels. God have mercy on me.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm forever grateful for people that I can say are true.
Yeah.
People that I can say are there. That I can say are sure. I'm looking forward to when you blow.
Yeah, I look for
Because
blow.
bro, you blow. Bro, you're gonna blow.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be able to come and say, yo, I'm a sister. I'm a sister. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Tolu. Thank you. You've always been there. I mean, from the beginning, she has always been there. Sometimes I used to wonder that, hey, God, hope somebody will not come and pour me acid. Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
And thank you for coming to my podcast.
Yeah.
This is Voice of
Voice of
Comfort.
comfort.
Bye.
Bye.